Sure, my full name is Maria Montserrat Maslum Fernandez. It is the same as my mother's. My surname is spelled Mazlum. Maslum. I come from Monterrey, in Nuevo León, although I live in Toluca right now. That is my hometown. At the present time, I am working for a very small company. Um, we are dedicated to making food out of insects, which is more ecological. We just have one location in Metepec, but we want to grow. Well, I had just lost my job. I used to be an English teacher, and afterwards, I was looking for something else, and I had always wanted to start my own company. I had a lot of interest in entomophagy products, so I grabbed a couple friends and we kicked it off. I am the one in charge of making all the publicity and marketing for our company. It is a very important job because this product is not so common, so it is a crucial task to advertise it to the public in a way that they will want to get involved with it and know more about it so we can grow. I think the most difficult thing is finding the correct way to advertise our product because, as I said before, it's not something too common, especially amongst young people because older generations sometimes do consume entomophagy products, but the younger generations are harder. Well, we have a web page, and I try to write the for the web page in everything I write in English and in Spanish to make sure it is understandable by everyone. And maybe in the near future, we can give ourselves the opportunity to expand to international branches. This is the latest version of the plan. Are these the agreements of the last committee meeting? Sales have risen faster than expected over the last quarter. I will give you a summary of the figures at the end of my talk. Mr. Bond apologizes for not being able to attend the reception. Permission to develop the land must be gained in advance. Would you like Dr. Clark to phone you back before 3 o'clock? The design should follow the guidelines set out in the tender specifications. I like to start off by saying that in a democratic society, being informed on politics is the most important thing because if you are not informed, you don't know how to act, you have just lost all the power that this democracy grants you. I attended a very interesting meeting on political marketing. The meeting was hosted at Tec de Monterrey by Miss Rocio Hernandez. She is experienced publicity manager for previous political campaigns. And the purpose of the meeting was to talk us about political marketing, what it is, its benefits, its importance, especially, and gives us some tips to use it on ourselves to make better campaigns based on this. Thank you. I'm going to talk about these graphs on product X, Y, and Z on the different regions of the world. I'm going to focus especially on Europe, North America, and South America. First off, I want to remark that the sales of product X, Y, and Z on Asia and Africa have remained are nearly identical, so I don't think there is a need to mention it. So first off, product X and Y take up nearly 50% of the graphs in North America, so the sales there have been really good. Europe closely follows by the second, but for product C, we can see that it takes up equal parts of the graph from Europe, North America, South America. And a very interesting thing I see here, Australia actually has almost 25% of the graph for product C. I think that's very important. Thank you. Well, the first thing we should look for in the hotel is making sure that it has a big conference room, big enough to fit all of the people attending the conference, and that is also clean and comfortable so the people attending the conference will not get tired or bored of being there. The location of the hotel should be centrical. It should not be too deep into the center of the city, nor should it be in the outskirts. It should have a good location, maybe nearby a bus or train station, to make sure everyone can get there in time. Well, the ideal time to organize the conference, I think, will be after 5 p.m. and before 7 p.m. This way, we can make sure everyone has gotten out of their jobs, they have eaten lunch, they are rested, and they have enough time to come. I honestly don't think we should organize transportation for the participants. It will require a lot of organization. It will also increase the price. I think if the participants really want to attend the conference, they can organize transportation by themselves. Of course, I believe we should plan entertainment for the participants because if not, they will get bored or tired, and we don't want that. We want them to be fully awake, paying all attention to our conference so everything we talk about can remain in their heads for longer. My full name is Maria Montserrat Maslum Fernandez. It is the same as my mother's. My last name, Maslum, is spelled Mazlum. I come from Monterrey in the north of Mexico, although I currently live in Metepec, Toluca, in the center. I currently work as the publicity manager uh, for a company called Bugrov. Well, I've always had a knack for marketing. I love marketing. I find it so interesting and it passionates me. And having the opportunity to work with this company that is really good on the ecological side, on the health side, I think it was a great opportunity for me. Well, I need to be really good with people, being good talking to them, knowing what people want, to know what we need to give them, how we need to communicate with them in order to convince them that our product is what they really need, what they are really looking for. Well, we have a social media page, and that is mainly what I use English for. The whole page is in English to make sure everyone can understand it. It is an international company, so it is very important that we keep it consistent in this manner. Well, in the future, I would like to help my company grow and maybe make publicity so good for this product that maybe in the future eating insect products and tomophagy products is not something out of the ordinary. It's something every day. Line managers are having a meeting after the conference. The unexpected 33% rise in sales took everybody by surprise. First, I would like to talk about the new marketing campaign. All visitors should sign at the entrance. What experience do you need to manage a large budget? The sponsorship program was discussed at the board meeting, which was held last Wednesday. Would you like Dr. Clark to be the key speaker at the conference? How long have you been working in research and development? I like to start talking about how sometimes changes happen in your life, and at the moment you don't really like it and you don't think too much about it, but in the future it can really be a good thing for you. It can be a blessing in disguise. So I used to work as an English teacher, but I couldn't keep going because it interfered too much with my university studies. So I had to cancel really frequently, and eventually I got fired because of this. At first, I was very sad. I didn't know how it happened. So I decided to pick myself up and start finally my own company for entomophagy products. At first, it was a huge change going from an English teacher to starting your own company, but I feel really good about it. Today we are an international company, and it's great. I'm going to talk about a graphic on world birth rate per thousand people during 3 different years in 6 different countries. So overall, the tendency has been for the birth rate to decrease in all countries, especially in Malaysia and Singapore, where in 1990, in Malaysia, for example, the birth rate was around 30 per thousand people, and it diminished dramatically. And 2008, it can be found at 20, which is almost half of that. Then we have Philippines, which is an interesting example. Philippines had the highest world birth rate, almost at 35, 33 in 1990, and in 2008 it has been reduced to 25. So overall, we can see the graphic decreases. Well, the way I see it, raising finance means raising funds for your company. A very popular way to do so is through sponsorships. You could also have a partnership with another company, or you could raise funds by yourself offering services. Most entrepreneurs will try to vote for a sponsorship, but I don't think this is a good way to raise finance, because although it will give you plenty of money in the beginning, in the long run, it will take away a lot of freedom from your decisions. The most important thing you have to present in a business plans are your objectives. Um, they have to be concise. They have to have a deadline. This is the most important part. And once you have your objective set, then you can start planning on the how you're gonna get to those objectives. I believe franchising is a good way to start, because it is a way you can sort of get a handle to how a business is run, but you get a lot of help from the bigger company you're buying the franchise from. Well, the potential customers have, of course, to be in the demographic you are aiming for, and you have to see that they are looking for this product. They are looking for something else. They are always innovating, looking for new things to get from.